most players think they know. To escape his banner, but you're missing.
That's funny. Side note with this ban, always me and Sean always ban Namor second rather than first, because when you ban Namor first, they know that you're a die comp compared to if you ban him second. Little small thing.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
All right, so first and foremost, looking at the comp, I'm not sure if the comp is going to say this, but let me go. Okay.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
Let me start here first. Okay. So if you were to look at this comp, this would be like kind of a weird comp because you're something I'll try to explain on Saturday is that Brawl is in the middle, so die people can be like Brawl, and poke people can also be like Brawl. Um, but dive and poke are usually at odds with one another. So Doctor Strange is poke, and he's kind of at odds with a diver like Black Panther and stuff. So just different things like that you have to kind of keep in your mind and stuff like that. Doesn't matter right now because
The right heroes could
he's
make
gonna
all
tell
the
you.
difference.
But team composition always matters, especially with your play style. So even though I always say like,
They'll be coming in
yo,
30
don't pay
seconds.
attention to what
Stay
your teammates
strong.
are doing. Maybe that's an oversimplistic way of saying it, but like your teammates matter. Like who your teammates choose and their play style matters because you have to play off how your team is playing. So this thing like this. So just looking at the comp, this is okay. You would have to play like a little bit more frontline-y, sort of off angle rather than just full dive because
You have to stop them from
just how
securing the
your
mission
team
area.
is.
The Vishanti sent me to the Ancient One. It was my destiny. Enemy in front of us.
Um, I think that much damage already. Anyways, so I think like the first thing you should always do is supports, especially if they're like, well, actually isolated target. Moon Knight's isolated, so he should probably be your first target compared to like the supports right now. But if he wasn't, then it should always be support. Like right now, if you dove on him, which I hope you do, so, inside something like this, for example, target priority. You're not going to often kill targets when they're pocketed. So right here, you see, I really can't tell these hoes apart. I think that's Cloak and Dagger KDNS. Yes. Oh no, that's actually Invisible Girl. So Invisible Girl and Magic are focused on the front line. So you should be focusing on Cloak and Dagger because she has no pill, like she's there by herself. Compared to if you're fighting Magic, she has Cloak and Dagger healing her. Meanwhile, Cloak and Dagger can't necessarily heal herself. It's still buffering right now. Let me wait a second. Let me know when it's better. Or maybe you just have to watch the playback or something. That was more than 12. All right. So you're at a good position because your team is like they're engaged. Like so this is the part that you always want to engage at. Like you see these two tanks are engaging in one another. They're facing your team is facing them, which means that her intention, if she does not want her Doctor Strange to die, if she doesn't want her Magneto to die, has to be on them. Magic also has to be there. Otherwise, the pressure from their front line is going to be overwhelmed by, how much pressure you guys are applying. So now that their attention is there, it's about timing. The timing is, as I said, they're clashing. You have your Iron Man right there too. He's probably gonna flank and try to kill Invisible Girl or Magic. Your target should be the most vulnerable person. And what I mean by most vulnerable person is the person that can get like the least amount of resources. That person is not Magic. That person is not Invisible Girl because Cloak and Dagger can heal Invisible Girl. Magic can be healed by Invisible Girl and Cloak and Dagger. You're not going to kill through two pockets and barely sometimes through one. So your target should be instantly the most um, isolated person who doesn't have like any heals and stuff like that. And even if Invisible Girl turns around and tries to heal um, Cloak and Dagger, again, like I said, that's less resources on their front, and then your team is going to overwhelm them. So the timing on this is right, but the target priority is wrong. They should go after Magic instead of Cloak and Dagger, who's not going to die. You do switch target, which is good. That's a good disengage. Good job not being too horny.
Spout out.
Let's see. So again, you want to go after. Oh, good. Yeah, go after her. Make her life harder. Your teammates kind of save you there. You're supposed to kind of get out like a little bit earlier, to be honest. Um, and this is why, like, I feel sometimes we kind of yell at supports when
Buddy
it's
needs
our
a
fault.
hand sometimes.
We already used our cooldowns and stuff like that. We already got one pick. All we have to do is go back, wait for our resources and
Anyone willing to
stuff,
help?
rather than overstay. So you got out. Thankfully, your teammates got you. As you see, he's the isolated target. He should probably be your target. He can't get any resources. Supports can't heal him. His tank can't heal for him. He's isolated.
Gumshoe's gonna be scary.
And he don't want this. It works out. You guys had like more overwhelming pressure.
Resist your dark side.
Your Hulk is kind of.
Let's pop back up under their noses.
What do you do?
Let's pop back up under their noses.
Okay.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
So this is something I noticed about your flanks is that you just like most people would see you. Like, luckily this is yeah, I'm not trying to demean like these lobbies and such, but like this is like kind of bot activities that they didn't just look up and see you. Like this is kind of obvious that, and you're like they can hear you. It would have just kind of been easier to, path this way and then here. But same result. Play around the health pack. Should go after Invisible Girl rather than Moon Knight. Because Invisible Girl's probably gonna hit him. So you didn't get any value out of the dive as much as you should because you targeted the wrong person.
Enemies on approach.
Sorry, Moon Knight. Getting on my nerves.
I've got your back.
Good. Good. Yeah, don't over push on that. Really good. Now that Hulk has his attention, you wanna yes. Oh, I thought you were gonna go on the building and then behind them. Like Hulk has their entire attention. This is the best time for you to engage.
The moon by the eye.
Oh, alright, you're great. I didn't even see him. We'll hear him.
The moon
Good.
by the eye of Agamotto.
Really good. Yeah, I haven't seen him do it this time, but every other time I VOD reviewed him, he always does it. So I think like this time, I think it's because he's trying to be like more aggressive, so that kind of stops him from doing the meditating thing. But yeah, I did notice that too. He's meditating before. I don't know if this is an aim thing or a target priority thing, but
Against the
hey,
world!
you gotta hit your shots. I think you gotta land your blows, man. And like choose targets who can't easily get away, like a silence or also they're in an ult. I don't think you should ult here until this is over because you're not going to get as much value as you should. Honestly, yeah, I think this is an aim thing and a target priority thing. I think it's a mix of both inside this because your ult should have killed at least two people there, to be honest. Especially if you waited. Yeah, this is when he usually does his meditation thing. You want to get out here, yeah.
Almost about up.
Again, wait for your teammates to engage.
Vortex field!
Good contest. You want to make sure that he doesn't have like high ground and stuff. Good. Yeah, especially with how Iron Fist is now, don't be scared to tank. This is good, yeah. Good. So, like, especially with things like, let's say, Invisible Girl or Cloak and Dagger, make them make a decision. Either they run away by using like their teleport and such, or you kill their teammate. So obviously they can't heal their team if they're invisible or like running away. So you want to keep that in your mind.
Almost about out.
Good. Yeah, I was gonna say you kind of horny there. You had no cooldowns after you killed. You should have just ran back, honestly. Yeah. There was no reason to press there. No, it's fine. Your team got it.
Solo has blessed me again.
So, I mean, this will just be stat padding because I guess like it doesn't matter since your team won. But in future scenarios, like all you need is one or two picks, and then your team has the advantage. You don't have to try to frag out and get everyone. After you get this, you have no cooldown. Just go back. Literally, just go back. There's no benefit. Even like for example, even if you got the pick here, there's no benefit. There's more reward for them killing you than for you killing them because like if they kill you and you're the carry, then their team can come back and like try to contest the point. So this isn't worth it, like ever. Just get your one pick and then go.
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
And I want to add a caveat to that because it's kind of a delicate balance because you do want to press up. However, you don't want to press up one by yourself when you're a DPS, like who doesn't have like the mobility to get away. Like maybe if you're a Psylocke or something, you can press up and try to get those two kills or like just try to push them back. But as an Iron Fist who can only kick away and blah blah blah, that's not worth it. If you're a Spider-Man, um, I wouldn't say Star-Lord. If you're Spider-Man, Psylocke, then maybe. But like any other flankers like Magic, Iron Fist, Black Panther, I don't think that's ever worth it. So you just take your one pick, go home, and wait for your cooldowns to come back. That's a little bit different for a tank, for example. Like Venom, I have the resource of health, so I can kind of overstay my welcome. Same thing with Cap. I can overstay my welcome until they get uncomfortable, and then when I feel like, all right, this is enough, then I can run back because I have the health, I have the shield, and I have like sustain that DPS carry with it. So same thing here. You want to look for the supports, and you want to you're a little frontlining too much. I'm not sure if you're trying to like scout out, but the better option would just be either going up there and around, or literally just here, um, taking this kind of angle or whatever.
He'll get last.
Do your worst.
If you do it, right? The fuck? Brother, you have 300 health. You're not gonna run while everyone's looking at you and, get a kill. Like, just take this angle while, so just diving or anything one-on-one. So this is every character who does dive, whether Overwatch, Marvel Rivals. You wait until this tank engages with their tank. You take either a soft off angle, there's no soft off angle here, or a hard off angle here, because that's when you're most dangerous. Because they are focused here. So every single one of their bullets, every single one of their heals are going through this line. So your job is to either take their resources and port to this side instead of there, so your team can push up, or they just die because they ignore you. Like, she would be free if she runs away, goes invisible. Then Cloak and Dagger would be free. Star-Lord and Psylocke won't be able to shoot there because their support's gonna be like, "Oh, I need help. There's an Iron Man, blah blah blah. I mean Iron Fist." So then you can just easily go back around. There's a health pack here too, and then you're back with your team. This is never a good play, especially the higher. Like, no matter of fact, it's because you're in, like, again, I'm not trying to demean like the lobbies. It's because you're in the lobbies that you're in that you're still alive right here. Like, if I was to try this, let's say in Eternity, I would get two tapped by a Hela, like, instantly. I wouldn't even get as far as I did here. Like, the fact that you're alive right here is just a skill issue on their part. But then eventually you die because you have one, two, three, four, five people looking at you. You're not the tank. So let the tank do their job by coming in, engaging, and you just go on the side.
Us against the world.
And the problem with dying like that is, so look at the clock. Because I think it's important to note that
He'll get last.
every single time you die, like, that's why I try to emphasize, like, dying is like literally one of the worst things that you can do. Um, there's some exceptions, let's say like a Wolverine or a Spider-Man, but that's another subject. So the time right now is 3:16.
Now might be the time to stop them.
I'm gonna skip forward. So you wasted 30 seconds out of the clock until you're back inside the fight, and you know games have been won in 30 seconds. So, like, think of it that time, like, in that way. Every single time you die, you're wasting at least 30 seconds. And mind you, your spawn is kind of close. Like, your spawn is right there. So the further it is, the more time. So it's at minimum 30 seconds you're wasting on your time every single time you die. Compared to like if it's over here, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably gonna be like 45 seconds. If it's all the way over here, it's probably gonna be a minute every single time you die. So
Almost bowed out.
your life is very precious. Don't like, as they call it, intentionally feed. And now you team staggering.
You weren't invisible to me. Almost bowed out. Dragon kick.
This isn't bad. I can see your team being a little passive. Like, I guess they're trying to stack the cart and stuff like that. But your Strange is at least attempting to kind of create space. So you want to use that to your advantage. You want to also pay attention to your other DPS and see what they're doing. So you can know when to engage and how to engage.
A little help, please.
This isn't.
Time to heal.
I would have gone up here first, then did that, and then kind of engaged on them because from here you don't have a target. I don't know if the play here was to chase after the Psylocke.
Invisible?
You should have just switched targets immediately to the support who was adding resources. She's trying to get away, so you could just focus her. Remember, like, if there's like a situation, let's just imagine this is a 2v1. If you're in a situation, a 2v1, and it's not a 2v1, you obviously have your supports with you, and there's a DPS and a support, go after the support rather than the DPS, because the DPS can't heal the support, but the support can heal the DPS. So you trying to kill a DPS through a support, it's not going to work. But killing the support, you know, yeah. So always go after the support. You were able to make her back up, which is actually good. Yeah. Your team kind of saved you here again too, and I think things like this is where like kind of bad habits kind of form, because your team is not supposed to save you. Like, I know that sounds weird. Like, if your team saves you, it's because you made a mistake, not because your healers aren't healing. Like, here, you're just supposed to run away. Like, your Magneto saved you, and then your support saved you.
This fight was never yours to win.
9-0. Together.
Good. Good. Hey, you have auto aim, bro. You gotta hit these punches. You gotta hit these punches. Alright, good first round. I think so far that I'm saying is sometimes you're frontlining like entirely too much. You're not letting your tanks move up and take space, and then you go on the off lane. And then some of your timing is and then your aim sometimes is but there's a lot of times where you are actually like on point. Yeah, you definitely do that. But yeah, there's a lot of times where you are on point. You're getting the right targets. You're using like Iron Man to his full advantage because he is kind of a tank buster now. So yeah, it's a hard balance, but
30 seconds
which is
before
why
you
dive
attack.
characters are
Get
probably like,
ready.
or not probably, they are the hardest because they have like so much responsibility to do where in poke or brawl you shoot whatever you see pretty much. Like, yes, there's target priority and stuff like that, to the same degree, but with a dive target, it comes timing. Um, Brawl people and poke people don't really have to focus on that because they just wait for the enemy to make a mistake and they shoot whatever they see. Compared to dive people, you have to literally wait on your team, you have to wait on the enemy team. Like, it's very
You,
precise.
old man.
There's a small
Age
window
doesn't always
where
mean
you
wisdom.
are a threat and the most dangerous. Once you miss that opportunity, you're putting yourself at risk, and then
My fist
you know
may
that's
be
going to be
fine,
costing the
but
team.
that doesn't mean you can bend me
3,
to your will.
2, 1. All you need to do.
And then like, let's say like, I'm not gonna ramble too much, but like, imagine to put what I just said in perspective. Imagine a Punisher just sitting in a turret right here. He is constantly putting pressure on the team over time or whatever. Or imagine the Squirrel Girl. She is constantly putting pressure on the enemy team, constantly, which is making the enemy team not come in. Compared to you, you can't put pressure on the enemy team 24/7 because you have to go in. You have to actually apply pressure, meaning you only have a small window so you can get the same value Punisher and Squirrel Girl gets from just sitting back here. So you have to be precise. And every single time you miss that window, that means someone else in another scenario would have been more efficient at doing your job.
Let's capture the mission area. Got it?
And this is a good place to set up, I think. Especially, this is a hard flank. I don't know if I would take it, especially not now. I don't think they're fully like fully engaged. Like, they're still kind of testing out the water. So I wouldn't take this yet, or probably ever. But and again, like, well, this one, their focus here. So let's see what happens. He has 3 supports. They might just turn around and help him. And if they turn around and help him, you're probably gonna die, to be honest. Yeah, inside this, they weren't far enough. So that's what I mean about timing. You have to really wait until the team fight actually gets started. Like, it wasn't starting. They're still tickling each other and stuff like that. Also, side note, everyone who's watching this, please, if you're a flanker or whatever and you see this, destroy this immediately. This is like a free kill. This is literally, it won't show up on the box score and stuff like that, but destroying this is getting a free kill. Because every single time someone dies, they get respawn. Compared to if you destroy this, there's no responding. So it's a free kill for your team each and every time. Destroy it. Um, Yeah, so you didn't get value out of that dive, which is what I mean. Like, you made Punisher back up for like 2 seconds, but now your cooldown's on 12 seconds, and now you're just stuck there waiting to be effective. And now you have to set up again and kind of not do much. And
I
you
felt
wanna,
your pain.
Also, this is kind of a failure to kill
First.
because you already committed. To be honest, you should just kill the four. Like you already committed. You should just he's won. Just kill him. I don't know if you lost him or something, but um, your team actually maybe you couldn't kill him.
Another losing touch.
Anyway,
He'll get last.
I don't.
so again, you want to kind of look at your comp and look at their comp. This is going to be difficult for you because you're the only diver. Like every single one of them else is kind of brawl or poke. So you're gonna kind of be in by yourself, except if the Magic like decides to kind of switch playstyles and kind of play a more dive central playstyle. And three supports was literally created to counter like a soft dive. So if you're just one person, generally, unless like you're a specialist like Magic who knows how to like hit her one shot combos and such, three supports generally won't die to one diver. But that is fine. Um, so then your job then isn't to get kills, it's to distract. It's to get their attention, like here, make them focus here, because if they're healing him, this is kind of insane. I'm not gonna lie. All three of them turning around to heal him. These niggas should die. Like they should literally die. Um, and um,
Fear
I don't think
fade.
they will.
I fear failure. It's the grand finale.
I rise in the name of Quinlan.
Behold the god of thunder!
So just in general, this game isn't favorable for many reasons. One, Punisher. Two, two big ass tanks, and then the three supports. There's not really an easy target for you to kill. Maybe Punisher because he's isolated in a stupid spot, but in general, like if they're set up properly, you're gonna have to rely on your team.
Powerful trick, Punisher. Fall you so
Let me explain this just a little bit about pros and cons. So this is what I mean by like diving characters and like value and such. So like imagine a Psylocke or a Helen in this situation. They could easily just like, keep shooting, bursting him, and then he won't get the picks that, he's about to get,
fall you so
which is right now. So you kind of have to be quick. Like that's what I mean by like diving characters. You need to have a lot of actions per minute. Otherwise, you're kind of selling. Um, so you gotta be quick. You gotta make your decisions very, very quickly. You can't be like oh, should I do this? Should I do this? Every single second you're doing this, you could be playing another DPS that can be doing the same job and helping your team. Like a diving character that has like low actions per second, selling their team is not providing value. At the end of the stat sheet, oh, I have blah 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 kills, but you're not being as effective as you should be because, you know, even when you took his attention, like right now, and you didn't even get the kill, like you kind of did nothing this fight.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
Judge, jury, executioner!
Power!
Honestly, here I'm not mad at you taking the 1v1,
Judge!
but I think you overstayed it like a little bit. I know it's hard, like, but as soon as I saw Invisible Girl, I would have just kind of blocked and got away like immediately.
Executioner!
Power!
But I won't say like that's your fault or whatever. That's kind of just unfortunate, in my opinion.
I rise in the name of Quinlan.
Because I mean, you made the right decision. Maybe just like a second too late, and had he not had his ultimate, he probably would have survived. But
Co-op time.
you should not be going main here, like almost under any circumstance.
Us against the world.
Yeah,
Guns are no match for this, Punisher.
I was gonna die.
You're halfway there. Keep going.
Honestly, after this,
Please, we're
I
hurt.
can't call it, to be honest. After you drop him off, I think that's all you had to do. Should have. Is he still there? Kind of focus on Rocket, or just got out of there. Like you already did your job of getting him at a turret. You don't have to overstay, get horny, get a kill. Like honestly, I would have blocked and then just kicked away. Like you're in enemy territory and your team's like all either dead or backing up. There would be no benefit again if you get this killed, even if you were to get it. And
The Iron Fist still burns.
That's the same anyway. Right, Tony?
you kind of use a lot of cooldowns to get inside fights, and you shouldn't. Good.
Behold the god of thunder!
I think, in a way, you kind of did that thing again where you try to kill the DPS rather than the support. So this was good. Like, I hope this kind of like makes a difference. When you target the support, they can die. Like, because they are the resources for the other team.
Behold the god of
After you block here, well, it's hard to say because if I don't know who that is. If Cloak and Dagger wasn't here, maybe you're able to get killed. But I mean, Punisher does a lot of damage. And you have to know that. You want to not play in his face. And also, this is about timing too. I just sorry, it kind of my mind missed it. You didn't wait for your team to engage like crazy. Like your team is still here. Like kind of let them apply more pressure. Like let all the attention go there first. And since it's not, even though you get to pick here, it's very easy for them to like kind of turn around and stuff because your team's not applying pressure because they're back there. So this is again like a timing problem. So this is what I mean by like diving. Like the timing is so precise. Like you have to be like on it.
Judge, jury, executioner!
Yeah, that wasn't bad. You had enough damage and frontline pressure that you could ignore the heals and burst through them because you had your team doing that.
Here come the bad
Almost bowed out.
Good decision back in there.
Easily wounded.
This is really where you want to operate most of the time. Inside that room, where you have line of sight. I mean, where you have cover. Like here, just jumping away. This is what I mean by like kind of creating like bad habits. This is generally a bad play. I'm not gonna lie. Like in like in the higher lobbies, they're just gonna look at you and shoot you there. Compared to if you go in here, you have cover. Like this is a free shield, and then you dive on them. And you chose the wrong target. Alright, let's look at this from the tutorial point of view. This is him surrounded by a Thor, a Rocket, Cloak and Dagger, Invisible Girl. Like he has triangle healing around him. And you know, you're gonna do nothing. And now look at that. You have a 15-second cooldown for little value. Like all you did was kind of waste time, to be honest. He still has his cooldown. The supports still have their cooldown. Like you didn't accomplish anything. So something I'm noticing, like to kind of recap, you're not taking like the necessary hard angles, one, and then your timing is off for when your team engages. That's two, and then three, target priority. See, right now, he doesn't have the supports just around him. This would be an easy free target. You guys.
This is real firepower!
A nice beat.
Behold the god of thunder!
Yep.
That was badly needed.
Good. Really good. Yeah, some of these maps are very janky, man. If I was Groot, I would be very upset. Okay,
Get that vehicle moving
so I think they made a switch.
again. Only 60 seconds left.
Judge, jury, executioner!
Almost bowed out.
This was just an interesting decision choice in general. Again, one, you're kind of using your triple jump, which you could use to like get away, when you could just walk there. I think the best way to explain it, because you play Overwatch, is Tracer. One of the first things that you learn, like as a like higher ranking Tracer compared to like lower rated Tracer, is blink management. You do not want to blink inside the fight. So you want to have all your cooldowns, all your health, all your resources, and the best way you do that is by pathing. The best path to them is just through this room. It's free, it's open, it has cover. You're not going to take damage compared to there, you're out in the open. Any person who's not a bot who looks up will see like a Iron Man running at them. And again, timing. Your team is not engaged with them like at all. Like literally, your tank is right here. Their tank is right there. There should be no reason for you trying to ult on them right now. And you got saved by your teammate because you made, honestly, kind of a horrible choice.
Don't mind me.
A nice deep
I'm just
freeze.
dying. Hey, Petey, enjoy the anthem.
Good, good,
You
good.
were always outmatched.
Hold on a little more. Disappear! Us against the world!
This is real
Good.
firepower. More of your idiots.
Behold the god of thunder!
Yep, just good.
Look up, you see your best self.
I could use this.
That one hurts.
Looks like a powerful turret, Punisher.
I'm not mad at it.
Judge, jury, executioner!
This isn't bad. This is bad. You can get on. There. Oh, I honestly would have kind of stayed there because he was out of line of sight of his supports.
Behold the god of thunder!
Good. Yeah. See, this is what I mean by like when your team is fully engaged, their supports has eyes have to be up there, which means there's going to be isolated targets, which is why diving timing is like so precise.
Against the world!
Shit.
Need some help.
Yeah, he got revived.
This is real firepower.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum. The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Yeah, right here, just get out. You did your job by getting him off of his turn, so that's fine. That's worth a cooldown trade.
Judge, jury,
Yeah.
executioner!
I'm not gonna lie. So a lot of this game, let me see the hitting stats. So a lot of this game, your supports are kind of, I won't say caring, but they're, yeah, she's MVP. Okay. Yeah, she's they're really carrying the team. And like here, I don't know why you keep trying to make this play
Judge, jury, execute.
instead of just kiting it. But again, Rocket, Cloak and Dagger, Invisible Girl, Magneto. You don't even have your full health. You are not going to do much. The Flake is doing a huge job for you on rocket shooting bubbles for you, and then your support's coming and saving you, like over there. These are not really the plays you should be making because in other lobbies they're going to kill you almost 100% of the time.
30 seconds.
You're welcome.
Target priority is kind of wrong right now. It's still wrong. It's still wrong.
Us against the world.
Heads up, hostile.
气氛长龙。
This is not racist. Like this is I want this to be an example of like how much, because DPS be like, oh, I got so many skills, and they don't realize how much their support is kind of like killing. This is a bad play, as we discussed, and you should die here each and every time. You're at 16 health. But you have great supports. And they have been constantly, well, I mean, eventually you do die. But you should have died much earlier than you did.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
But I think you being Squirrel Girl will actually kind of prove my point. So you, not having to do anything, you are providing your team with instant value. You don't have to think much, it's just constant pressure that you are providing the enemy team. How the hell do y'all win this?
30 seconds.
Hold strong. We can keep.
So, also something to think about is like, again, like comp and win condition. You don't have a win condition with your ultimate because you have two counters for your, no, you have three counters for your ultimate on the enemy team, maybe four. That being Magneto, Cloak and Dagger, Invisible Girl, and in a way, Punisher can counter your ult if he ults at the same time. He can just kill you too faster. So
Judge, jury, executioner.
I'm guessing how y'all is gonna win this is Moon Knight and Groot's ultimate. How do we all win this?
Behold the god of...
Well, they just use... Use a bunch of ults. If you can kill Cloak and Dagger, and then ult, y'all do win this. I mean, stop this up.
The Punisher's turret is active.
Fuck this game. The reason why this isn't a bad play per se is because you're inside the ultimate. But again, remember, this is not good play. This is a very bad habit that you should not be doing, especially when you have your ultimate. And especially like against like a 3 support, all you're doing is feeding their ultimate. So this is kind of selling, to be honest. And you don't have it for like times like this. For example, he ulted, you could have did the barrage thing now, and but luckily your strange was smart and had it already charged. So in a way, using your barrage when you didn't need to was kind of a sell, but shout out to you, we'll see what happens when you do it. So
Could make all the difference.
and against Loki, I'm very excited to see this. I'm not gonna lie.
You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
I'll take a cosmic clash over fighting vampires any day.
It's a long ass portal.
A shortcut through space. Our enemies are here.
You fought with honor.
Shout out your magic, but yeah, you can't mess this up to be like you gotta. Yeah, Sean, I don't know why he didn't wait, because that would have been like literally GG instantly.
You fought with honor.
But as you can see right here, this is why this is a bad spot. Like, he has 3 supports, but his 3 supports can't heal him because, you know, they're not in position to. This is a bad spot to be in, especially, you know, just with any team that has a brain or whatever. This is new bait right here. It probably worked for him in Diamond, like low GM or whatever, so he's probably trying it here. This is a terrible play, like, in any regard.
You fought with honor.
Here, be looking for the support or getting out. Good. So good.
I'll patch you up.
Only 60 seconds left.
Again, I'm not sure what you can do here, but if you were do the right thing. Also, again, whenever you see a rocket on the enemy team, you should kind of, if you are in their back line, like look for their revive thing. You can destroy it every time. It's a free kill. What you should be doing, going through here, taking off angle, waiting for your team in to clash, and then you jump on any target or whatever. They don't have a peel for real, so you should kind of be good if and you keep doing this instead. One, see, this is what I mean. They're all looking at you because you came down from here and then you dropped down. Let me see it from Luke's perspective, how you look. Like, do you see that? Do you see why this is just a bad play? Like this, like you're not dangerous here because everyone can just turn around and focus on you. He's not engaged with the enemy team. Like compared to like this is free. Just go through here. Just path this way. They can't see you. You drop here. And again, he used no cooldowns to make you back up. But you now can't do anything dangerous for 12 seconds. And you only have 38 seconds. So every second is very valuable. So you kind of just wasted time. And now you have to wait. So that's problem number one. And then problem number two. Let's say all things considered. Let's imagine Groot didn't turn around or whatever. Why are you going after her? She is pocketed by him. If anything, go after him. Fuck the rocket. Make all of them turn around, like rather than
I'll be your guiding light.
You think I'm afraid of being hurt? I don't fear pain.
this is just out in the open. But again, you are at an advantage because you guys have 6. Thor died. They only have 5. So you can kind of get away with being a little cheeky, and they have 3 supports. That's one of the things about 3 supports. They don't have enough damage, especially like when one of their tanks or DPS goes down to kind of stop. You're choosing a wrong target again.
This is real firepower!
So inside this, this was terrible play by the Thor. I know he wanted to destroy the rest thing, but it cost him too much. It cost him too much of his resources, his health, and all that. So he was out of position. So it was very good for you guys to pounce on him because he's out of line of sight of his supports and all that. So he died for being stupid. Had he just stayed back there with his team, he would have actually been fine. So dumb.
Behold that child!
Shields up!
I don't
Thank God for your rocket. There's no reason to be horny there. But then again, this actually isn't a terrible trade. Oh, you didn't even get the kill. Yeah, there was no reason to be horny. He wasn't even close to dying. I'm sorry, we're not stupid. I thought you killed him. You didn't even kill him. Your Strange is doing a lot of work. Yeah, okay, here's MVP. Yeah, your Strange and your supports did a lot of work. Very good, Smith. Alright, so that's that. This was a pretty good game. Like, there was a lot of times where, like, you focus the tanks, which was really good, like, when they're out of position. So you were able to do that. You had, like, a lot of good ideas. Um, I think with the ideas, it's more the execution. So I think they're just kind of seeing a little bit of a mindset shift. So, for example, flanking. Don't flank out in the open and then pounce on them. Don't use any of your cooldowns. Just walk. Like, literally just walk. And then go and pounce on them. That's one. Two, timing. A lot of times you went in, you try to ult and, like, destroy the entire team and all that. Your team and their team wasn't even engaged. So just wait. Like, timing is very important. Target priority. Don't go after, I mean, this is kind of a general thing, but don't go after the pocket. Go after the person who's doing the pocketing if you are to go on someone. I want to show an example with Venom because he's a dive tank. Also, I got this skin. As Venom, it's a little bit different than a dive DPS, but the principle is the same. If I want to dive on them, this is what bad Venoms do, which is why they die. They have like low KDs and such. Oh shit. So they do this. And now, let's say I get pressured. I have no whatchamacallit. I have no swing inside it. What you're taught to do, like the higher Venoms, you just crawl. You just walk here. And then you dive. Oh my goodness. I got a lot of pressure on me. Now I'm free to swing out. I don't use my cooldowns to get in. I use my cooldowns to get out. So, same thing with Iron Man. Iron Fist. Don't use your cooldowns to get in the fight. Just walk. Just act correctly. Just go where they can't see you. They're right there. Cool. I'm going to set up over here. Blah, blah, blah. They're focusing on my team. Quickly. And then, just like that. So that's all I got for you. Pathing, timing, target priority.